Hey folks, I'm going to be returning to Retro GameCon this year, taking place at the On-Center Convention Center up in Syracuse, New York from October 11th through the 13th. I'm going to be there all weekend, and I'm of course going to be cosplaying there as well. I'm going to be going as Ash Ketchum in his Kalos outfit from Pokemon on Friday. I'm officially bringing back my gender-bent version of Sailor Moon on Saturday. And finally, I'm going to be debuting Seiya Kanye from Amagi Brilliant Park on Sunday. If by any chance you see me there in person, then by all means come on up to me and say hi. Hope to see you there. Hey guys, this is Ackley, TAC4427 here, and, well, looks like I'm back in my long sleeve shirt once again. Must be the fall weather kicking in as of now. Well, I mean, that makes sense, given to the cold weather we're getting. Though, yeah, which reminds me, I definitely gotta talk to my dad about pretty much getting my air conditioner right before the cold winter kicks in. But I guess until that comes around, welcome back everybody to another episode, or I guess another Moon Prism Power Edition of WTPU, aka What the Pickup? Now, as you may recall, in the last episode of the show, which you can see right down over here, I talked about the 3-inch clear flower-shaped crystal that I got, to which I actually did get years ago, serving as a prop, serving as the legendary silver crystal for my gender-bent Sailor Moon cosplay that I've done, and yeah, I will have to say, I really do love that crystal a whole lot. It is, of course, exactly what I was hoping for, and it did serve as a really great prop for, of course, one of my cosplays for sure. Though I guess I highly doubt I'll actually bring it to a convention for sure, because, yeah, part of me wants to feel nervous if I actually did decide to do that. But I guess for the sake of it, I think keeping it at home and serving it as a prop for, of course, my own photo shoots back at home is probably, I think, the best way to put it. But hey, regardless on that, I still really love that crystal a whole lot, and I think it's actually well worth it, especially for any Sailor Moon fan out there for sure. So yeah, if you want to check that episode out for yourself, then don't worry about a thing. There's a card over there, over at the top right corner of the screen, as well as, of course, the link to it down in the description box below. So yeah, whichever you prefer, go right ahead. I'll wait until you come back. Yeah, take all the time you need. I'll be here by the time you come back for sure. In fact, probably, I guess, no rush or anything. I'll be here by the time you come back for sure, so take all the time you need. And you know, I think given to what I'm actually seeing, I know a lot of you guys really want me to bring that crystal to a convention if I going my gender-bent Sailor Moon cosplay for sure, but you guys should be thankful that my Luna plushie that I actually got is, of course, a really good standing in place of that for sure. So yeah, taking Luna with me in my Sailor Moon cosplay, as opposed to bringing a crystal with me for that. Sure, why not? Alrighty then, yeah, I guess given to the time according to my non-existing watch, I guess seeing how you did already see the last episode of this show, we might as well go ahead and start up this episode as we normally do. Well, I guess if you actually stick around since after the previous episode that I did some time ago, I think it's about time that we pretty much get ourselves back into, of course, another thing revolving around Sailor Moon for sure. And, well, if you may recall, years ago, I did talk about my Luna plushie that I did some time ago, so I think it's actually quite fitting that we would actually pretty much keep on going with that, and of course talk about another certain feline from That's Anime for sure. So, and yeah, I think you definitely know exactly what I'm gonna talk about for sure, but in case you're quite curious, here it is. So yeah, what I actually got right here is, of course, this really nice plushie that I actually got on, of course, the other cat companion from, of course, Sailor Moon, that being, of course, Artemis. So yeah, I guess it is quite fitting for me to finally talk about this one for sure. In fact, I guess quite frankly, it's been well over a year since after I've actually got this one for sure. So yeah, I think maybe it's about time that I finally talk about this Artemis plushie for sure. So yeah, I guess I'm pretty much long since overdue, of course, this one, but seeing of how I am gonna be going to my next convention I'll be going to pretty soon, I'll be going as my gender bend version of Sailor Moon for that. I think it makes sense to finally talk about this one for sure. So yeah, I guess with that being said, I think we shouldn't waste any more time, and let's go ahead and take a look at this. Alrighty then, so yeah, now that we finally got that out of the way, we can now go ahead and actually talk about this one for sure. Now, before we can actually do that, let me get some things out real quick. So yeah, if you may recall, of course, several of my videos that I've actually done past to present, I made it no secret that out of every single anime showing movie that I've actually seen over the years, there's no doubt in my mind that I really love Sailor Moon for sure, and yeah, what can be said about it that a lot of people haven't already? It is, of course, one of the most recognizable anime that we all know and love ever since it first came about in the 90s for sure. And it is, of course, the one anime that comes into everyone's mind that actually revolutionized the certain genre in anime, which is, of course, pretty much a magical girl anime for sure, to which yeah, years later has actually been growing a whole lot for sure, with no signs of slowing down anytime soon. So yeah, I guess whatever the case may be, whether it be from the original manga from Naoki Takeuchi to, of course, other sorts of media for sure, like, of course, the original anime for sure from back in the 90s to pretty much the recent reboot that we got from 2014 all the way until now for sure, with both movies, Sailor Moon Eternal and very recently Sailor Moon Cosmos for sure, to other forms of media, like, of course, musicals, a live-action series that aired in Japan, and that's just to name a few for sure, and that, of course, includes merchandising for sure. So yeah, I guess whatever the case may be, and even after both the original Sailor Moon anime and even the recent one that had just wrapped up with the Cosmos movie that I did talk about a couple months ago for sure, yeah, there's no doubt in my mind that Sailor Moon is, of course, still recognizable even to this day for sure. So yeah, that's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. So yeah, and I guess for the sake of Artemis for sure, this really nice Artemis plushie for sure, there are, of course, another few things I need to get out real quick for sure. So yeah, if you may recall, pretty much a few years ago on this show, I did talk about one Sailor Moon plushie that I actually got based around one of their cat companions for sure, and that being, of course, on Luna. And yeah, I guess, quite frankly, if you actually did recall, of course, when I did an episode on, of course, this thing that I did a few years ago, you would definitely know that I really love this plushie a whole lot for sure, and it is exactly what I was hoping for to pretty much pretty much the one thing that comes into mind when I think of pretty much a plushie based around one of the cat companions from Sailor Moon for sure. It was, of course, the right perfect size like I was expecting, and it really did capture the character perfectly. And yeah, like I said, I did manage to get this one just in the nick of time around the time I was finishing up my gender bent Sailor Moon cosplay, and I guess upon its completion, I've actually been carrying this around with me at several conventions that I've actually been to from 2017 back then for sure, and even pretty much bringing it to one of the Sailor Moon movie events, all thanks to Fathom Events for allowing that to happen. So yeah, and of course, quite frankly, seeing how Retro GameCon is coming up right around this weekend by the time this episode goes live, I actually am pretty much planning on bringing pretty much this Luna plushie with me once again, once I actually do strap myself into my gender-bang Sailor Moon cosplay once again for sure. Though I guess, quite frankly, some parts of it I think could use some pretty much some refurbishment for sure, and maybe some new items to hang in to replace some of the ones I've actually currently got for sure. But I'll make use of course, what I got for now until that time comes. But yeah, I guess whatever the case may be, I still really love this Luna plushie when I talked about it a few years ago. But if you do want a full-on analysis on what I thought about this one, then go watch my episode that I did on this one from 3 years back then to judge for yourself. But I'm not going to bother talking about this one again for sure, since I've already covered it a few years ago. I think it makes sense to pretty much follow that up with, of course, this this Artemis plushie that I got over a year ago for sure. And it is quite fitting, seeing how I did mention Retro GameCon. I did manage to get this when I was at Retro GameCon right around over a year ago for sure. To which, yeah, I have to say it was, of course, really well worth it for me to get this manga for sure. I was really happy with, of course, what's actually being pretty much given to me for sure. So yeah, I guess either way, I really do think it's actually well worth it for me to get this one for sure. So yeah, I guess with that being said, now that I finally got all those out of the way, I think we should now go ahead and get ourselves into this little in-depth analysis on, of course, this one for sure. So yeah. Alrighty then, so yeah, now that we finally got pretty much some backstory out of the way, we can now go ahead and finally talk about this Artemis plushie that I actually got for sure. So yeah, I guess there's no doubt in my mind that I got from what I'm seeing based on first glance for sure. This is actually really impressive from what I've actually seen. I guess you can immediately tell that pretty much they really want to make it look exactly like Artemis for sure, liking pretty much the original anime for sure. And from the looks of it, they really actually did an impressive job with, of course, pretty much what I'm seeing first glance for sure. And this is another thing I should mention. According to the tag, this was, of course, made by a company that goes by the name of Great Eastern Entertainment. So yeah, and of course, from what I understand, they actually specialize in, of course, making some really nice anime plushies that based around pretty much certain anime shows and movies they've actually done for a long time now for sure. In fact, if anything, if my memory serves correctly, I did actually talk about a good number of anime plushies that I actually got that were made by this company in the past for sure. So yeah, I guess quite frankly, they never disappoint when it comes to providing some really nice anime plushies for sure. And with, of course, what I'm seeing with, of course, this one right here, yeah, you can immediately tell they really pulled off some really hard work to make this one look really great for sure. And yeah, you can immediately tell from the shape of it, you know, hands down, that seeing how Artemis is, of course, a pretty much one of the cats, and of course Sailor Moon. They do want to make him look like an actual cat. And And from what I'm actually seeing, I think they really nailed it quite well. Pretty much of anything, the way pretty much his body is shaped out for sure, to of course the really nice white coloring, of course the felt or something to really make it stand out. Yeah, and yeah, let's not forget to mention the tail is actually shaped out perfectly for sure. A little far different than what I was expecting, but I think this actually works quite well for sure. I've never actually seen a plushie with, of course, a tail like that be shaped out that perfectly for sure. I'm really impressed with what I'm actually seeing, and even I'll admit the ears and stuff for a while, I think they were, of course, I think they could use a little adjusting here and there, though I don't know what's going on during the process of it. I do think they really capture, of course, pretty much the ears for Artemis for sure. So yeah, and of course, yeah, I guess with what I'm actually seeing shape-wise for his body, I think they really did an incredible job for sure. Everything from, of course, his head to his pretty much his entire body to, of course, his tail, and even his legs and paws for sure. I will have to say he's actually really well done for sure. And of course, speaking of the paws for sure, that's another thing I should mention for sure. I mean, they're not all bad for sure. I think I really do love the nice sense of detailing they put into it to really make it look like Artemis's paws for sure. But I do personally felt that the white felt fabric to really capture his skin or fur color for sure might have actually been blocking these detailing for sure. And I do think they could have actually done something to make it more presentable in a way to really make it stand out quite well. But that's just my little nitpick that I actually have for sure. But I think we should go ahead and move on to his face for sure. And yeah, if there's one thing I can say positive about the detailing and stuff, I will have to say Artemis's face is for sure. It's actually brilliantly well done from what I've actually seen. I think they really wanted to pretty much make it look great, and I think they delivered that quite well for sure from what I've actually seen by far. Yeah, I guess there's no doubt in my mind that Artemis's face for sure really does look exactly pretty much like him in the actual anime for sure. Pretty much from the way his eyes is, of course, patched out, makes it actually quite nice. To even his mouth for sure, and even the nose, I have to say, is, of course, a really nice addition. And even the eyebrows, I will have to say, they are actually quite presentable for sure to really make it quite nice. And even the crescent moon symbol on top really does make it all the more nice. And I guess another sort of detailing that I actually really do admire for sure would have to be his whiskers for sure. As you can see here, they really, yeah, I think they pretty much really nailed, of course, the whiskers for, of course, Artemis in its entirety. And I really do admire, of course, what they actually did for sure. Now, I mean, don't get me wrong, I think looking back on, of course, my Luna plushie that I actually got, well, the whiskers are actually great, and I think they really did an incredible job to make it presentable for sure. I do felt that the ones they did for Artemis actually do stood out quite well for sure, almost making it look like actual whiskers from an actual cat for sure. So yeah, I think it's kind of hard to say pretty much looking back between the two, but from what I can gather, detailing like that really does help making us stand out quite well. And I think pretty much with the case of course, this one, they really did an incredible job, and of course, making it look absolutely great for sure. So yeah, nothing really to write home about for sure, but I really do admire, of course, what they actually did in terms of detailing for sure. Though yeah, and I guess aside from, of course, pretty much one bit of detailing that I think they could have actually fixed up for sure, I still think they really nailed it on the rest for sure. So yeah. Alrighty then, so yeah, I guess with all that said and done, that's pretty much everything that I need to say about, of course, this plushie for sure. So yeah, I guess overall, for a while, I do think there might have been some things they could have actually fixed up to making pretty much all the more fantastic. I do think this Sailor Moon Artemis plushie that I actually got is absolutely brilliant, hands down, and I really do love the way on how well it actually looks, and really does capture pretty much the look and the feel of Artemis, like he did in, of course, the anime for sure. Yeah, everything about it really does make him look all the more presentable for sure, in such a way that I really do think works quite well for sure. And yeah, like I said, I think maybe some things could have actually been fixed up to make it fantastic even more for sure. But I do think they did the best they could to make it all the more great. And in the end, I think they really nailed it, of course, this one for sure. So yeah, and of course, pretty much the people over at Great Eastern Entertainment really did a great job, and of course, making this fantastic for sure. And yeah, I do think that's actually something that I do think will actually be well worth checking out for sure. And it is quite fitting for sure, because much like my gender-bent Sailor Moon cosplay that I've actually got, where of course I did utilize my Luna plushie that I actually got, I guess for the sake of Artemis, I think it will actually do come in handy for any cosplayer out there who wants to do one of Sailor Moon's companions, Minako Aino, aka Sailor Venus. So, to which, yeah, I think that reminds me, I definitely need to see about talking with my girlfriend, Casamelli, if she's willing to, of course, have this one for sure by the time she does actually plan to cosplay Sailor Venus for sure. But we'll probably have to wait and see when that comes around for sure. But yeah, regardless on that, if you actually got the time and the money, definitely seek out, of course, finding this one for sure. And, well, consider picking it up for yourself. Trust me when I say that, I think with Artemis around, I think you're going to be in for a pretty much a really great time in the name of the moon. Now, I guess a lot of you guys may be wondering, now that I pretty much got this and Luna out of the way, am I willing to, of course, pretty much talk about another one of the cat companions in Sailor Moon by the name of Diana? Well, yeah, I mean, I would for sure. In fact, I would love to, hands down. But only if there's any good quality merchandise and stuff, whether it be a plushie or anything else revolving around Diana, to really pretty much finally come full circle on, of course, this one. But hey, once I do actually get that figured out, I'll be sure to let you know, hands down, and maybe I might cover it in a future episode on, of course, this show for sure. So we'll probably have to wait and see what happens for sure. And I guess, given to that thought, I think it'll be a good way to end this episode here. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this latest episode. And by all means, let me know in the comments down below on what you thought about this one for sure. I would definitely love to know on what you guys think. So yeah, that's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front for sure. Thank you guys so much for watching this latest episode. And, well, I guess now that I finally got that out of the way, I think it's about time that I finally get myself roped in for, of course, will be coming up for sure. Though, yeah, speaking of Retro Game Con, I know I'm actually looking forward to going there this weekend for sure. So yeah, once I do get back for the next episode, I will, of course, do an entire haul on, of course, some of the stuff that I actually got during my time there for sure. So yeah, but we'll have to wait and see what happens. So I guess until then, right up until I'll get back from, of course, my time at Retro Game Con coming up, all I can say for now is thank you guys so much for watching. And as always, I'll see you in the next episode. Take care, and now if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna go ahead and get myself prepared for it. So yeah. Special thanks to all of my supporters on Patreon for making today's video possible, including my top tier supporters for this month, VD. So if you want to be like these guys and show your support to us, then go to patreon.com/AckleyTackTV to pledge now, do so, and get some awesome rewards within your budget. Hey guys, this is AckleyTack4427 here. Thank you all so much for watching today's video. Feel free to like, comment, and share if you enjoy what you're seeing. If you like what you see here and want to see more videos coming up, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button and switch on the notification bell to get notifications and select all notifications to be notified for when we post a new video. And don't forget to switch on notifications on your phone as well. Also, don't forget to check out my second channel and our 2-member channel with Sam the Thomas Fan 1, SamAttack4427TheThomasFan1 Productions for plenty more content you can't find on here. You can check both of our channels out with the links or by our handles provided on screen. Feel free to shoot me an email with my email address provided, backley95@hotmail.com, if you want to ask me a question, want to collab with me for a project you've got in the works, or if you want to book me to be featured for a convention coming up. Follow me on my social media pages on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram to keep up to date with me on updates, announcements, and new releases of my videos, as well as plenty of others I've got with my handles provided, as well as the links down in the description box below. Also, don't forget to follow me on TikTok for other videos I've got aside from the ones I've posted on YouTube, and on Twitch for any future live streams I've got coming up soon, as well as join our official Discord server to see what we've provided. If you wish to show your support to me, then feel free to check out my Patreon to get sneak peeks of my videos coming up before they go up online, as well as getting access to updates and playing more in addition to getting some awesome rewards within your budget. Also, don't forget to check out and show your support to me on my wishlist on Amazon, and even supporting me at streamlabs.com/AckleyTackTV/tip that you can find in the description box below, as well as on my Twitch page. And in case you can't find any of the links that are provided, then not to worry about a thing. All the links and stuff are also provided on my link tree that you can also find in the description box below, as well as a few selected number of my social media pages. Other than that, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll be sure to see you in the next video. Take care.